Hey everybody, hi everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hey, it's Kat.
Hey, get on out
We're
of that.
back like we promised.
Yes, get on out of that waiting room, folks. Climb on into the elevator. It's time to go all the way up to the 10th floor. And if you hear the little music this time around, listen, going up, it's a little meaty file, M-I-D-I file, if you will, if you're a throwback to the late 90s like I am. It's I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every. Hey, everybody, Hulk Hogan passed away this week, and it's an impactful event for the world, and enough to start a soap opera podcast with because soaps and wrestling they're a handshake of genre, especially Hello in the back.
Oh, look. I told you you were going to be on TV.
Look at her. Look at that. A brand new stranger to the 10th floor. It's just to put it short, it's attention grabbing, especially for a fella dude here. Well, hello, it's my sister.
Hello.
Hi. Look at that, the famed sister.
Yep, there's his sister.
So early on, for people who've been watching the podcast for years, a number of years ago, there would be a phone call that interrupted the podcast every single morning, and it was from her.
It was her.
Anyway, so he passed away, and it's just attention grabbing, especially for somebody like me. There's a lot of crossover when it comes to soap and wrestling fandom, especially if you're a dude. Definitely if you're a lady too, but especially if you're a dude. There's a heavy crossover of interest there. And I don't know, big childhood hero to many, big adult villain to even more.
Back when the heyday of Hulkamania, okay, social media wasn't like it is today. So, we all weren't exposed, and neither was he, because ultimately he was exposed, and so we became exposed to what it really was, right. Sort of. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. I feel kind of mixed about it,
A lot of people do. If you watched a lot of Hulk Hogan back in the 80s and 90s, then you definitely feel mixed because you have a lot of family memories attached to him being on television and being the hero and fighting off Sergeant Slaughter, who turned his back on America, and all of this nonsense that they put him through. Yes. we especially us, our little family was very in tune with what was going on then. I would spend my morning watching Natalie in the Well on All My Children, and then in the evening it was primetime wrestling with Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Yep. So, anyway, all that to say, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, or at least the Americanized Americana media hero that was Hulk Hogan. Reserve your own opinion from the man Terry Bollea behind the immortal.
There's two identities there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Totally. Hulk Hogan said your prayers and ate your vitamins, and Terry Bollea, well, maybe he didn't. In any case, just found out that the Hulk did a cameo on a soap says UDAC, so there we go. We're all connected. We're all connected here. Yep. Chandra diving into the elevator just in time.
Oh, goody.
The elevator doors have opened, folks. We're here on the 10th floor, and it's not just us, Ma. It's time to read the names. Keita is with us. Hello, Keita. Chandra is here. UDAC. Hi. Kelly, Liz, Michelle, Queen of the South. Hello. And East Coaster. All of us here, ready to dive on in. Sandra. Hello, Sandra.
Jeannie, but where are you, baby?
Jeannie's coming on. She's loading up. She's loading up. And now Mom's leaving. Thank you for joining us this week, Ma. Thank you.
I had to turn on the fan, y'all. I had to turn on the ceiling fan.
You step on out of the elevator, you look to the left, you see Isiah slinking into Portia's office once more. You look to the right, you can see Elizabeth putting on a fresh face of makeup because she's about to go to a wedding. Because you know what? I'm Elizabeth Baldwin. I don't play this game that every other person plays. Willow's my friend. I'm gonna go to her darn wedding.
And I think it was appropriate for Elizabeth to be there. Actually, she is the head nurse.
Well, is it appropriate for your boss to go to your wedding, or is that a weird boundary?
I don't think so.
Not in Soapland. Definitely not in
I don't
Soapland.
think in human land either.
No, plus we need somebody to get. She needs to be able to get in there in the mix in some way. You know, she's got to be able to observe the drama so she can tell somebody about it.
Absolutely.
It's necessary and important, I guess,
My
for
gosh,
characters to
was
be
that
at things.
church not sparse? There are not hardly anybody there.
Isn't that a statement? Because
Yeah.
usually though that thing is filled with people. You know, as much of the cast as
Like
they
a
can get for
COVID
it.
wedding.
Hey, Kelly has a question in the chat. What is with the crowns and numbers when we post? That is a ranking that YouTube has decided it wanted to start in the chat. I could probably turn it off, but I don't know how at the moment. But the more you chat, the higher you rank, and if you're number one, then kick butt. You're talking the most.
Yeah, YouTube don't ask us about that stuff. They just do it.
They just do it. They just do it, you know. So I'll play with the options at some point to turn off because I think that it invites argument. It invites well, I mean, it's great to have a level of encouragement for people to keep on talking, but also at the same time, I don't want somebody to sit there and be like, "Well, I've got to out chat Chandra."
Now,
know?
you guys need to be chilling, having a good time together,
Exactly.
eating your snacks,
You know,
not being competitive.
Yeah, there's no reason for a little contest. None whatsoever. None. Unless you want it. Tell me. I'll do it. UDAC doesn't
Well,
think
maybe,
it's a weird
hey, you know what, Matt? Do a poll. Y'all like it or you don't like it? I don't know.
I don't know. You just let me know in the thing. I'll read it at some point. UDAC does not think that it's a weird boundary. So let me know in the chat, folks. Have you invited your boss to your wedding? Or is that something that kind of that happened before and it's going to the wayside now because people just aren't as close at work as they used to be?
At our wedding, my supervisor wasn't there, but your dad's was.
Oh yeah.
And she bought us a family Bible.
Well,
That was our wedding gift.
That would never. Oh my God! Can you imagine? Like she would get sued by a
remember.
couple getting married now. How dare you try to push your religion onto us at your wedding? Oh my God!
It was big and pretty, and very decorated and ornate with all the stuff in the front and all that. Yeah.
Oh.
I bet you remember it, Matt, as red.
I mean, I might. I would have to think a little bit. I remember a white Bible, but I don't know. Listen, memory's weird. Memory is weird. Autumn with the donation to the chat. Thank you very much, Autumn, supporting our endeavors for the GH Fan Club event. I set one of those goal target things, so if you feel like you want to contribute, you can with the super chat function. But Autumn says, with her contribution to our GH Fan Club event endeavors. Hey guys, what irked me about
I get to see Matthew in only 4 more
I know,
sleeps.
isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? Hey guys, what irked me about the conversation between Nina and Willow was that Willow was blaming Nina for everything. I'm like, whoa, Willow. Last time I checked, when Nina and Drew were sleeping together, Willow, that's no excuse. That's no excuse.
Well, she doesn't hold Drew accountable to anything.
No, she's super angry at Nina. Very, very angry at Nina. And here's the thing about that. It's out. All right, let's just set the stage here. I'll say, okay, Curtis has betrayed Nina's trust. He has let the truth fly in a desperate attempt to stop. Excuse me, Kelly with a contribution as well into the chat. Can't believe July is almost over. Yikes. Whew. Yeah,
I know.
The year is going by pretty quickly. Thank you very much, Kelly, for your contribution as well. Curtis betrays Nina's trust, tells Willow all about the fact that she was getting it on with Drew as she was making out under the fireworks on July 4th a year ago.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and Nina did tell her the nonsense started in April and it ended in August. So there's an overlap right there.
There's a 4-week overlap, we'll say. We'll say it ended August 3rd.
Guys, that's what she said. Started in April, ended in August.
So all of July. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was an instance. I can't name the day or anything like that or the storyline around it, but I am sure there was an instance of Nina and Drew getting on post-kiss. that he had
Absolutely.
with Willow. Absolutely. So that totally happened. It is what it is. Anyway, so the truth is out now. Willow not reacting well to it, as we all expected. Now, here's the thing. I was worried that she was going to be mad that Nina slept with Drew. And I'm like, it's way too long of a time for you to be angry that she slept with Drew. And so I'm happy that she's angry that she slept with Drew. Not so much that you did it, but that you waited so gosh darn long to tell me, because my life would be totally different. I would never have done all of this stuff if you had just flippin' told me.
Exactly. How many times did Willow say during that conversation, I wouldn't have lost my kids?
I wouldn't have lost my kids. I would have left him as soon as, like, you told me that he was keeping such a big secret from me. I can't believe that you did this, because now I see you as responsible.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in my twisted little fractured psyche, as I'm going through my memories, my Rolodex of scenes that I've had over the last couple of weeks, the one that stands out the most is Martin Gray saying the way back to your kids is marrying this guy that maybe you don't love anymore.
Right.
But now she's delightfully demented because she's willing to go after a baby. And here's the thing, folks. She didn't want to hurt the baby, but she definitely wanted to strike fear in the heart of Sasha and cause some problems over there. The fact that they moved away is just the best case scenario in her mind.
Isn't it?
And
the
since
fact that they took off is just a big old bonus for her.
And since that worked, just imagine what she's going to be willing to do now that she is kind of in the middle of a bunch of people that she doesn't really like anymore.
Right. Maybe next week, Willow will actually have something negative to say or do to Drew.
Or she's going to string him along and manipulate the whole situation and put Nina and Drew in a life or death situation.
It's gonna be so good.
I said in the chat just before we started, when it was just me and Kita. Kita came in and she's like, hey, y'all. It was just me and her for a little while, and it was nice. It really was. It really was. And I said, hey, Kita, I love this story. Because I do. I love this. I tune into this thing, and when the episode is over, I'm always like, this is good. This is such a good story. I cannot believe such a good story has come out of the Drew and Willow affair.
I know.
Remember when this thing started and we're like, what a flippin' waste of time.
Uh-huh.
And now it is must-see daytime TV.
It is.
I am just watching this thing unfold day after day, and I am so invested.
Yes. Yes, all the above. Now, Willow, I don't know, I'm sure you guys agree. Willow, when they panned Willow and her just kind of like her shoulders or her face is in, she's about to walk down the aisle, she looks so beautiful.
Isn't she stunning?
So stunning. She looks so, she looked like an angel standing there.
She really did. She really did.
Oh
and that just adds to it. I've overused this photo at this point because it's the cover art for the YouTube this time. I shared it all over social media. Mirror, mirror on the wall. The evil queen era has begun. And
I know.
I do believe that's where we're at. I think that she is walking in. She's marrying Drew. She is marrying Drew, folks. She's going up to that altar. She's going to say, I do. And there's going to be a sinister look behind that.
Oh, yeah.
And
She is going to morph into her sister.
Oh my gosh, she's going to take her mask off and she's going to be like, I was on Nell the whole time. Willow fell off the cliff. Autumn with another donation here in the Super Chat function. Autumn is so generous. Autumn has donated yet again to the Super Chat function along with this comment. Nina is a fool. Because if I'm going to be honest, I would check Willow like, girl, me and Drew were single. What's your excuse? Willow, you were married.
Exactly.
Nina was right when she said that she tried to warn her about Drew. Everyone tried.
Yeah. And Nina kept on saying that. I tried everything to get you off each other's scent. Oh my gosh.
Please, 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 just back off of this guy. He's no good, and here's why. I mean, they even set up the whole Jacinda thing, and she's like, oh, well, of course he was drugged. He would never do that. Now, she was right. because he was drugged and he would never do that. It was a terrible plan. But she still was totally... The big thing is the Wiley thing that nobody can get over.
Exactly. The level of manipulation this guy is willing to do.
And for her to not question it, like that's the biggest sell, I think, that kind of exists, even if it doesn't stand out as like a prominent memory that you can just recall word for word. It's a plot beat in the story that really anchors character motivations. And it's really hard to get over the fact that Willow never questioned whether or not Drew would ever say these things in earshot of Wiley. It just would he would never. I'm not even going to question it. It just goes to show how willing she is to just go along up until now. I cannot wait to see next week.
I know.
To see what it is that's going. Like I said, must see daytime TV. General Hospital has done it again.
Herself a hit list, man. Ooh, boy, she's mad as all get out. The only person in that room that's safe is probably Elizabeth.
Yeah. Hello, Marla and DML. Welcome to the chat. Probably that's why you always, when you go out and you do something at work, right? You want to make sure that you always get enough donuts for everybody,
Right.
Because you don't want to leave one person out, because you never know when they're going to have some sort of terrible, no good, very bad wedding, and then everybody's in danger. You want to stay safe because they're going to look upon the crowd and go, oh, well, there's Elizabeth who always provided a donut. I can't be mean to her. Just keep everybody filled with sugar, folks. I think that's the secret to a good time. Yeah.
I mean, Ava would even be on her hit list. Ava knew.
Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness gracious. Also, that makes me think of Ava and Nina. Their little scene at pre-wedding, before she goes to tell Willow, before the whole confrontation that just changes the landscape forever.
Yeah.
Nina explaining to Ava that, gosh, it could just very well be my good old sweet daughter, who had taken this baby throughout the Quartermaine compound to freak out her mama.
Drew's figured that out, too.
I really enjoy how General Hospital is doing that. There isn't one character like a Carly, for example, and this is not hate against Carly, it's just a likely character who would do this. Finds out, and then one by one tells people in some sort of dramatic way, oh, it's Willow who, it's Willow who, it's Willow who. No, all of these characters are coming to the conclusion and the realization kind of all on their own. And Nina, I gotta give it to Cynthia Watros. I really wish we can get her on the podcast. Cynthia Watros, I'm gonna see you in a week. Come hang out with us on this podcast. Autumn is just so generous. I'm gonna have to read this again in a second. Autumn, just... I guess that's how you get attention, Autumn. Anyway, Cynthia Watros is just meticulous and miraculous at this, because she has been able to hold back, like, the Nina's full acceptance that Willow obviously did this stuff. Like, Britt is like, come on, your daughter's nuts. And Nina's like, oh, no, it's a dream. Right,
The Cynthia's, what was so cool about it was you could almost read all her internal thoughts. The horror of it all, the realization that, oh my God, it's Willow.
It is Willow. I've been pushing and resisting it, but it is. And now
the whole story was right here without a word.
Yeah. Autumn with her donation says, Drew knows that Willow stalked Daisy and gaslit Sasha. I can't wait until Michael finds out, because Drew can easily use that information and reveal it to Michael to get revenge on Willow for not marrying him. Well, if she walks away from the altar, if she does a runaway bride Julia Roberts style.
Well, I'm not into spoilers, so I don't know what she's
I have no clue. Yeah, I don't know either. Don't come here for the news, folks. I don't know if she's going to go
halfway down the aisle. Is she going to get to the front and then, do something, go crazy or something? Is she going to just bolt? Is she going to marry him? My gosh, I don't know.
Jeannie suggests
and you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Matt,
yeah.
Next week, we don't know that Kate McMillan's going to be there. We've not heard.
No.
So, but I so hope she's going to be there for one of those parties, because I want you to be able to say, hey, do you remember
Yeah,
a
yeah,
couple years ago when I asked you, what do you want to be?
right,
Snow White
right.
or the Evil Queen?
Yeah.
And the fact that this past week with the mirror, oh my gosh.
Oh my god, exactly, exactly. I wonder if they used that for inspiration. It's just become, a conversation piece backstage. She's Snow White, now she's becoming the evil queen. And we inspired that because we're really cool.
And and she look in the mirror and she kind of like expressionless and shocked, but at the same time, you kind of start seeing this kind of happen.
Before long, she's going to have iguana eyes like Esme did. Autumn says, I hope Willow reads Drew for filth. I think it'll happen. I think we're going to build up to it, though. I'm not sure it's going to be happening next week, but it might be happening at the end of the summer.
They're supposed to go to Paris next week. Maybe she'll push them off the Eiffel Tower.
Gosh, lots of Paris recently. Lots and lots of Paris. You know who fell off a boat in Paris?
Who was that?
Spencer. Spencer and Esme fell off a boat in Paris.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna come find their recasted bodies.
Those two out of there.
And they're gonna pull them up with a big fishing net. There's Esme, still played by the same actress, and they're gonna pull up a whole brand new Spencer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they pull up an decomposed what's his name from Dawn of Day with a harpoon in his back.
Oh yeah, just to put that to bed. All right, folks, he is still dead. He is still dead. No Shiloh. No Shiloh.
No, hell no, Shiloh.
On Twitter last night that Mel Vincent came back. Is that true? I don't know who Mel Vincent is, Kaiwan. I don't know who that is. Julia Roberts had a horse, says Udak. You're right. And so could Willow. She can grab herself a comet and ride on out of there without getting married. She can run across herself a Richard Gere. Fall for a silver fox named Rick Lansing. Anything can happen in the soap land. Exactly. She's going to run into him. I almost ran you over, Rick. I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. Let me get you out of here. And boom, now he's rescued her from that wedding. And now she's destined to fall in love with him because he's her latest rescuer.
Exactly. And that she is so prone to a rescuer, isn't she?
She is.
Oh,
really
every
is.
time.
She really, really, really is.
Every time.
Oh, my God. Oh, goodness.
But I guess, you know who's got her number, though? Well, her Aunt Liesel has her number.
Liesel is going to be, I just feel like she's going to be so integral. And that's awesome because who doesn't love a Liesel Obrecht? I get, people love to complain out there and they're just going to whine about anything. But I love myself a Liesel Obrecht. There's a reason why she was the very first guest here on the 10th Floor podcast. Mm-hmm. And it's not because she said yes the first time. I mean, it's partially because she said yes before anybody else, but mostly because we're like, you know who we really want to talk to? Let's try to get...
She was one.
Yeah.
We made ourselves a little dream list in the very beginning, and she was on it.
Autumn yet again with yet another donation. I think we're up to way too much. I don't even know what the total is, but let me not say way too much because I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. But thank you again, Autumn. I laughed when Liesel said, "I appreciate saving me in Greenland," but to steal a naive Willow away from his nephew. I'm like, Liesel is hilarious. When Michael finds out Willow is Daisy's stalker, she is toast. Totally. Because he's gonna be able to. What he's gonna do is he's gonna drop his brow, and he's gonna kind of look at her, and his lips will stop moving. But he'll still say his lines, and he's gonna be so angry. How are the kids, Michael? Oh, honestly, Amelia, she's great. She's doing great. She's out there. She's drawing pictures of butterflies. She's climbing trees. She scraped her knee the other day and didn't cry. She's doing so wonderful. Wiley, on the other hand, is torn to effing shreds. What the hell did you do to our son? How dare you talk to him at poolside? All he's asking for is his mom and why she can't come visit. And that's all your fault, by the way.
Yep. Yeah. I have to give, I don't know the little actor's name, I forgot. But I thought Wiley's scenes were pretty good this week.
Really?
I thought Wiley did better.
Yeah, he was all right. He was all right. Let me not, judge the acting styles of 5-year-old too hard, or however old he is, 7.
I think he's about 7 now because he's got himself some big old front teeth.
All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. East Coaster says it's great to have Liesel back, and I agree.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I agree. Oh, yeah, Wiley's fine. Wiley's great.
Oh,
He's
and
cool. He's all right.
another little dude that we saw this week, and my gosh, who's been putting something in his Wheaties? He's getting plenty of vitamin C. Little James.
Yes.
He's so much bigger.
Just throwing those axes with Liesel, who's like, let me tell you how to do this, kid. All right. Okay. All right. If you're going to do, you're going to go for blood. All right. This is going to be center mass. All right. You're going to know how to take somebody out from 50 feet, James. Let me tell you how to do this.
They mentioned his dad a couple of times this week too. Well, I'm all for Britt and her brother.
I mean, that's the secret, right? That's the little rumbling of a rumor that we heard, that maybe, just maybe, Britt might not be going through, where was she, Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia or something? Where'd they send her? They said that, because she didn't go to Port Charles. She went somewhere else.
Right. She had a connecting flight.
Right.
She went on to, and I don't remember the country. But yeah, she went on. And does she not have the backpack?
Maybe she does? Is she the one who got passed the
Maybe
backpack?
she got the backpack.
We're pretty sure at this point that she's got to be connected to the Dalton thing, right? Everything's ultimately going to be connected to Dalton. Even Sidwell's connected to Dalton. And now that he can't do the whole Drew situation because, it's going to put Marco in danger, maybe he'll put more attention over into the Dalton science half. And making sure that you get results for our benefactor. Josh. Hello, Josh. Josh says that Britt went to Croatia. Susan gives the specific city of Dubrovnik.
That's right.
Dubrovnik, Croatia. Welcome to Croatia. And as it turns out, we don't have to wait any longer. Two confirmations that this is Britta.
I know.
Number one, General Hospital tweeted and then put down and reworded a picture of her in the Croatian airport, and it said the bridge is back. Right, and they pulled that down and they reworded it. Whatever they changed it to. But everything lives forever on the internet.
Britta could come back to town, and Portia can go ahead and tell the hospital to stick it, and then
just slide
Britta
right back
can be
in.
the new coach.
Just slide right back in. She could. And then the second confirmation came from the actress herself. Kelly Tebow did a interview. I think it was with Soap Digest, in which it's just they didn't hide it. She is right. Britt Westbourne. How is she Britt Westbourne? Is she a clone of Britt? Is she plastic surgeried with digital downloads of memories? Did Liesel whisk her away, which is sort of kind of where we're leaning toward in dialogue right now when it comes to Jason and Carly's speculations, that she whisked Britt away in order to save her at the last moment.
Yeah.
And then what does this mean for Huntington's? Oh, well, it's simple. Victor Cassadine lied.
She never had it to begin with.
She never had it to begin with. Now we don't got to worry about it. And any sort of symptom she had was because Victor was doing something. Because he was all associated with all of that nonsense.
They could explain that away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember how it was like Victor was putting something in the water that made everybody do stuff? Like, no, not this time. Not this time. He's putting something in Britta's water. Mm-hmm. Autumn with another donation. Autumn, you're going to be spending $100 on us before long. Autumn says, why is Lucas so naive about Marco? Carly was right. Because all Lucas can see is Marco since Brad left. I guess Lucas is going to learn the hard way about Marco.
Well, I don't think Marco, he made himself a turn in this week. Because of being kidnapped and whatnot, and not being able to go to his mom memorial service,
right? He was
always had to try to have that barrier between his dad's,
yeah,
and his illegal stuff,
right?
And only take care of his, legitimate businesses.
Mm-hmm. Well, that wall is down. It's gone now. Conversation even between Marco and Sidwell by the end of the week, where he's like, son, you can't join me in these endeavors. And he's like, I've already been brought in, Dad. Yep. I can't turn my back now.
Yep.
And then that son of a gun shows up on Maurice Bernard's State of Mind this morning. You know what that means? Adrian Onchando.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy who plays Marco. He was on State of Mind, talking about childhood and life and mental health, as they do on State of Mind.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what that means, though? That means he's been working with Maurice Bernard quite a bit recently.
Yes, he has.
So I imagine there's going to be more Marco and Sonny conversations and confrontations going forward.
Has Sidwell been on there yet?
I don't know. Chat, let us know. DML is with us. Hi, DML and Josh. Hello, Josh. Hello, hello, hello. Who else? Susan? Did I say hello to Susan before? I did. Anybody else I missed? Give another hi. Or Chandra, I don't know if you want to shout it out for me. I want to make sure I read the names of the people who are contributing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we want to know who's listening to us.
Absolutely. East Coaster agrees. Lucas is acting very naively. I think that, yes and no. I think that Carly is more right about him being extra attached to Marco, whether it's because it's this supposed rebound or the first love
He
since
might be
Brad.
hypnotized a little bit.
Whether it's that, or whether it's, really somebody I have feelings for is sinking deeper into this world that's always been in the sideline for me, and gosh darn it, yet again, I just don't want it. Whether it's one of those two or a mix of the two or something. There was a breaking point within Lucas because, if you remember when this first started, he was telling Marco to not call the cops and to wait and to see what's going to develop next and to be patient and this, that, and the other thing.
Yep.
And now Lucas is basically betraying his own advice that he gave Marco a couple of weeks ago. And so
Yes.
I feel as though Lucas kind of hit a breaking point when it comes to worry for Marco when he wound up disappeared.
Yeah.
And he's a little righteous. He's a little righteous, and Carly is a little right, because here's the thing. This isn't about...
They have themselves a little sibling fight, didn't they?
And it wasn't about Marco. This is about Sidwell and Sonny. And really, when it comes down to it, Lucas, chill out a little bit. Just a smidgen. Because trust me and trust the people who have knocked on Marco's door and your door and all of that to say Sonny isn't going to kill any of you people. Mm-hmm. I know it's tough and it's tense, but this is for the greater safety of Port Charles crime.
But didn't Sonny plan that release of Marco so well?
He sure did.
And having the key delivered to Lucas? I mean, he timed that so well. He knew that Marco was going to run into that police station.
He did. Sonny is so smart. The writing of these characters recently has made them intelligent folks. From Anna to Sonny. And it's been a little while since they've been smarter than the plot. I don't know if that's a good way to say it. I don't know if that means something to anybody.
Especially for Anna.
Especially, yeah. Because it's like all of these things recently over the last number of years of General Hospital, and as positive as we are about as a podcast, we took it, we liked it, we enjoyed it, we were along for the ride. But we have something now to compare it to a little bit. Mm-hmm. And when it comes down to it, yeah, they used to be real stupid. All of them. All of them. Just dumb as nails for the sake of the plot, so it could develop, so this mistake could happen. And it's very easy to go, oh, well, it's a soap.
Bumblers, we would be yelling at the screen, "Hey, you dummy!"
Right. But you still accepted it. You excused it. Oh well, it's a soap. It's drama. Of course they're gonna make the wrong choice. But it feels a little more earned now. It feels a little more right. It feels a little more like butter and jelly. When you mix butter and jelly together, you get an enhanced experience.
Sure.
We're getting butter and jelly on General Hospital.
Or like Forrest Gump says. Right here.
Peas and carrots. We were like peas and carrots again. Lucas is a Jerome, says Shauna. Lucas is a Jerome. He knows better, and I'd love for him to connect with Ava more. I think, Shauna, you might be onto something, because I feel, and I could be wrong, I don't write the show, don't come here for the news, but I think that the landscape is right and ripe for Lucas to go to Ava and be like, all right, Auntie Ava, this is what's going down and I need some advice. How do I pursue? What do I do? What's my next move? And also, wouldn't it be fun if he sat her down and explained all this stuff and she kind of rolled her eyes and then rolled up her sleeves and went, all right, if I need to be a Jerome for a night, then I will be.
Ah, I would love it.
Hello, Diane. Diane coming all the way from Illinois, from
Hey there.
Waukegan, Illinois. See, Illinois is fun when it comes to their town names because they're all very kind of Native American, indigenous language centric. Same thing with Wisconsin. Illinois, Wisconsin. All kind of those centermost. I don't want to say Midwest, but I don't know what region it is. You tell me what region you're in, Shauna. Um, it's just fun, and it makes me think of Wayne's World.
Illinois.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, our internet's a
I've never
little
been
slow.
to Illinois.
You've never been? I've never been in Illinois either, but it makes me think of Wayne's World because he went to the Alice Cooper concert and they were talking about Milwaukee. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
nice. It's originally Milwaukee and blah blah blah. And listen, I don't know if any of it's true, but it makes me think of that stuff, and I'm happy you're here, Shauna. Quincy, Illinois. See, and then we get away from the native names and go into like John Quincy Adams. I used to be president, and now I've got a town named after me right here in Illinois. Autumn says, I don't like how Lucas kept throwing Morgan's death in the face of Carl. People have been doing that a lot recently, by the way.
Sure have.
Is Morgan on the way back? Question mark. You let me know. Need I
Maybe
remind...
Maybe he's got like maybe he's in a pod in the Dalton. Oh, there's got to have some juicy stuff in that lab.
Yeah. Wayne's World, party time, excellent, says Udak. Woo, 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 woo. Wayne's World and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure had a greater impact on my personality, I think, than I'm willing to admit.
Yeah, maybe, huh?
7 years ago. Party on nudes. Anyway, Billy wants to know, Ma, and maybe you have the answer to this, and I'd be curious to know why you think that they're doing this. All right, Billy wants to know. Why are they making Jason and Britt some super couple? They were only a fling.
Well, I didn't see them as a fling because a fling has a beginning and an end. They never had a chance to have an end.
No, COVID-19 happened and everybody got a vaccination except for 2 actors on General Hospital. At least 2 actors that, others, 2 contracted actors didn't. They got let go.
And at the time of their relationship was growing, and they were a little more solid. I didn't see it really so much as a fling. Because like I said, I think a fling has a beginning and an end.
There was 2 big
Just,
problems. Two interruptions to what they, I'm sure, had bigger plans for. One of them was the decision to move forward with the Jarly marriage because Sonny was over and dead at the Nixon Falls and yada yada.
Yep.
Plus, also at the same time, there was an interesting, weird, crunch of writing expectations that the network and the show sort of had when it came to Sonny and Carly. And basically, the network's like, okay, you had your fun in Nixon Falls, but you need to bring Sonny back into Port Charles. The network was like, Sonny Corinthos must return. We're tired of this Mike thing. Whether or not it was because of whatever your opinion is on the quality and all that kind of stuff, but the network was ready. They were ready for a return to norm. And so they gave the instruction, into Nixon Falls, bring this son of a gun on back, which totally wrecked the overlong plans that they had for this marriage to have really settled in with Jason and Carly. For Sonny to come back with them being so entrenched in marriage that now it's really strange. How do we move forward? And there's this pull and this draw between all 4 of the characters, with Britt included, kind of reintroducing into the Jason thing. And they just weren't able to pursue it. From my understanding, don't come here for the news. And then COVID, because they were trying to reignite Jason and Britt. And then, of course, classically, Steve Burton left the show because he didn't want to get the COVID-19 vaccination.
Yep.
Which is the soft way of putting it. Basically, they said, okay, here's the door. Disney mandate, you can't work here.
Right.
And
And
so-
then they made the rocks fall on his head,
Yeah.
and Britt witnessed the whole thing.
And witness the whole thing, and it's very easy because they were all they were constantly
true.
going to islands and having adventures at the time. So it's very easy to kind of complete your memory a little bit when it comes to Greenland and Croatia. But that's not it. Jason went down when they saved Drew from his prison cell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Greenland was way after.
Yep.
So, anyway. Chandra says, hey, if you are happy that Liesl and Britt are back, hit that reaction button on 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I can't wait how they're going to introduce her back in and everything, and how are they going to, the dynamics between her and her mother. And I hope they keep Kathleen on the show for a while.
Yes, I think she is.
So.
I don't know if she's contracted, but I'm pretty sure they have extended plans. And somebody in the chat was like, ooh, I think Dalton is doing other things than animal testing. Maybe he's bringing people back to life in his lab. And maybe he is. Because
I think he's got people like in pods.
Because can you imagine? It's Stewart. It's not Stewart. David Canary's not with us anymore.
Well, I've heard rumblings. We've heard rumblings. No, blow by blow. But we've heard rumblings that General Hospital is going to get wacky again. Like Ice Princess wacky.
Well, here's what I envision. All right, if there is pod people in Dalton's lab, all right, pod people. Anyway.
Or like the Star Trek one, Matt, where those folks were all they got a thing in their head.
The things in their head. That's so many Star Trek references. I'm not even sure which one you're talking about. Oh my goodness, things in heads. Are you talking about the worm that went to the head in Star Trek 2?
No, what 7 or 9 was.
Oh, the Borg.
The Borg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I all hooked up, kind of suspended, Borg people.
They're just robot. Have robots. Have robots, have people. No, here's what I envision.
They all have a USB in their head.
just swapping personalities and memories amongst each other. Goodness gracious. Oh, anyone watch Bradford doing spoilers? No, I didn't know Bradford did a spoiler thing. You have to share a link at some point, Jeannie.
Yes, he does.
That's funny.
I've seen it.
That's fun. Anyway, so I want to get back into this fantastical, fun story of nonsense. So Anna and Dante totally onto Josslyn and Vaughn. They've sussed it out. They figured it out. Anna totally now just like, oh, well, of course, she's been recruited by the WSB. East Island, more like training camp because they needed somebody to that makes sense. They didn't want to move heaven and earth in order to enroll a new student and make it like Drew Barrymore and she's never been kissed. Come here for the deep cut references, folks. They didn't want to do that. They needed somebody that was already there, somebody that made sense, and somebody that had the cojones. All right. And Josslyn Jax, not only does she have the cojones, but she had the ovaries as well. And you know what, folks? She's a tough broad. Proved it.
Yes, she is. Little Carly Jr.'s up for the task.
Proved it by shooting the hell out of Cyrus. And here's the thing. Here's the fun part. Cyrus ain't dead. He's in a closet somewhere. He's on ice. Just in case there's ever evidence that says Josslyn killed somebody. No, nobody's dead. He's still alive.
I love me some Jeff Cover.
If Britt is alive, does she have Huntington disease? No, she doesn't, because they did another round of genetic testing in the meantime and found out, oh gosh, we were wrong, and it was all Victor. It was all Victor lying and poisoning her, and
they could explain it away, and it's
tainting
up to
her vitamins.
Just, okay.
Tainting her vitamins, whatever it is, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Oh, goodness gracious. Hi, Gina. Is it Gina? Jinna? Is that how I say it? Or is it Jenna? Or is it Gina? How do I... Let me know. All of this to say, all right? They figured it out. They think that Dalton isn't doing animal testing, and they're probably totally right. He was doing animal testing in California, but now he's in something much deeper.
Yes.
And they're going to burst through the lab door. Or Josslyn is going to finally, get into the secret part of the lab, or I don't think she's even been let into it yet.
I think there's going to be like a fake back wall,
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be the normal lab, but I think there's going to be like some kind of lever and something going to open. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. And a lever, a door, a secret book, something, a sliding shelf, something. And either Emma or Josslyn or Anna and Dante, but not any mix of them. It's going to be one or. This is how I feel. I could be wrong. They're going to go into the secret part of the lab. They're going to find the tank, the pod, whatever it is. They're going to clear the condensation off of the glass. And who's going to be laying inside? Nathan West.
I love it.
All right. And this is going to be a couple of weeks after they track down Britt, or after Jason decides to go to Croatia.
Oh, boy.
Well, welcome. This is Jenna's first time, and she just came across the podcast, and we are happy to have you here. Hello. Who is your favorite character on the show, and what are you most invested in right now? Let us know.
Where you been for 5 years, hon?
Well, it's never too late to join the party.
Of course not.
Mom in a Blue Jeep is here, too. Hello, Mom in a Blue Jeep, and Mom in a Blue Jeep says, I bet Christmas is fun at y'all's house. What do you think, Mom? Is Christmas fun at your house?
Pretty much, yeah.
It is. It's a good time. It's actually, it's funny because I thrive. I'm alone in this room, all right? I'm talking to a camera. I've got a microphone in front of me. I'm talking to my ma. You guys are here in text form. It's cool. It's chill. It's kind of quiet, honestly. I'm just having a chat. Christmas. Rambunctious. I need a break. I have to go upstairs and close the door for a little bit and browse Twitter, because it's just, and everybody brings their animal. And it's just foot paws and food and tripping over and kids and oh my goodness, it is a cacophony. But it is a good time. It's a good time. We have a birthday cake for Jesus every year, so that's fun.
You.
That's fun. That's always a good time.
And we do a white elephant, and we just try to get the most messed up stuff.
I mean, I try to be a little practical every once in a while. But yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. Christmas is a good time. And it's a good time here on the 10th Floor podcast as well. So come continue to watch all the way throughout the rest of the year and hang out with us at Christmas time, because it is one of our favorite times of year.
Yep.
Cassie. Hello, Cassie. Hi, Cassie. Cassie wants to know. Hi. I wonder what Willow is going to do to Drew. Because she's not going to go, she's definitely unhinged, is how she ends that. Totally.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, totally.
Like Matthew said, she fractured in that mirror.
She's fractured. She's fractured to that mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the greatest of them all? It's me. It's me. Willow. And I'm going to get my kids back no matter what.
Right.
Oh, gosh. East Coaster met Ryan Pavey a few years ago and asked if he'd ever go back to GH, and he said he'd be open to the conversation.
Who said that?
Ryan Pavey, who plays Nathan.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he's been chilling on that Hallmark channel, hadn't he?
He has been. But you know who that doesn't mean that you can never. I'm not saying that you said this. I'm just saying that it doesn't mean that you can't ever come back to daytime. Cameron Matheson lived on Lifetime, didn't he? Wasn't he Lifetime or was he Hallmark? Doesn't matter.
He was all over the place.
He was all over the place. He was doing all.
Good Morning America for a little bit.
And was he? And he even did. He did Entertainment Tonight, I think. Or E-Access Entertainment or whatever it was.
That's one of those, yeah.
And then what else? Because he also did. See, it's hard. See, he's done such a masterful job of being asshole Drew. Sorry for the language. That I can't even remember the good guy characters that he was playing on Lifetime. Was he in the Baker Time Mysteries with Allison Sweeney or what? Wait, what's her name? Allison.
That's Allison Sweeney. Yes.
Oh, that's her name. Okay.
I don't watch that channel, so I really don't know.
No,
and I know he's been over there.
And I also know it's not called the Baker Time Mysteries. That's the one that I made up. It's about a baker who solves mysteries with a cop, but it's not called the Baker Time Mysteries. That is made up. Anyway. Oh, LaShawn, thank you very much for getting us back on track. Here we go. Hello, LaShawn. Welcome to the show. And LaShawn, I'm gonna have to crawl into your brain, Ma, because I want to know what you think the writing on the wall is with this one. Okay.
Okay.
Martin Gray, our good friend lawyer, who still speaks like this behind closed doors. Let me tell you, hold on to that accent. That ain't natural to him. It's something he does for the public. But when he's sitting there flipping through the channels and he's cheering for his favorite team, it still sounds like this. I tell you what. He finds a letter that I guess the kids are like, F Monica's mail, and just drew all over and whatnot. Right. And then the cleaner also was just, I'm going to clean under every single piece of furniture in this house except for this one. He finds this old letter, because listen, the kids haven't been there in weeks, folks. Like, this has been there for a long time and nobody's noticed.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
he finds this letter that's been drawn all over, and it's, oh, hello, Monica. It's been so long. I'm happy you reached out or something. Yada yada. I'm sorry for you're ill. And then he reads the rest of it, pretty much going ba 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 ba, and so we have no idea what the rest of it is.
Right.
Is this Sleazak?
Yes, it is. Of course it is.
So
Absolutely.
it is.
It's
So
the beginning of the Monica story.
it is the beginning of the Monica story. Here is the thing: Murder She Baked is a series on Hallmark. Is that what it is? Murder She Baked. I like the Baker Time mysteries better. Okay. Any case. So, if this is a letter for Monica, all right, here, spin with me here, Ma. All right. I'm Charlotte. This is the web. Let's go. Okay.
Okay.
She told stories in the web. It's perfect. Marty Gray finds this letter. It's addressed to Monica. Something, 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 yada, 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 question mark, question mark, question mark. Monica passes away. It's sad. Everybody's sad, except for Martin Gray, who doesn't like Tracy right now. And what is Tracy doing? She's going, I'm going to be rich forever.
Uh-huh.
Right? I'm never
Right.
not going to be without my money. Ah, eat it, Marty.
This house is mine. Monica gave it to me.
Ah, and as it turns out, no, Martin Gray is able to fake a document or find some sort of legal loophole or something that this long-lost blood relative has the right to everything that Monica has, which is potentially the estate, a large majority of the fortune, like she is the head honcho of the Quartermaines. Everybody has a little bit of their cut, but that's in their own accounts. When it comes to the main bulk of Quartermaine, maybe Monica has that because of Edward and Alan and and they gave it to her, right?
Right.
So now all of that, though, gets passed to Erica Sleazak, making it so now the Quartermaines don't have near as much money and they got to do pickles again.
Ooh.
You know,
I like
I'm
that.
thinking
I was-
this might be it. I think this might be what we're doing here. Mm-hmm. It's a little blatant though, show, if we are going there, because Tracy was very much like, ha ha ha, me poor never. Mm-hmm. We'll help him. So, and of course, whenever you say that will never happen, that means it's gonna.
That means it's imminent.
It's gonna. To put it in the wrestling lens, like we started the podcast here today, if you are ever in the wrestling ring and you slam somebody down and you go, it's over, you're about to lose.
Yeah.
They're gonna roll
Absolutely.
you right up, or they're gonna dodge the thing. It's not
Or
over.
somebody's manager will hit you with a golf club.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Sandra says, my thought about the letter. It ushers in Erica Sleazak as Monica's sister, and upon Monica's death, the sister is the only relative who gets all the Quartermaine assets. Boom. She was thinking along the same lines as me, which means I must be right because if Sandra thought it.
Yeah, and Marty is just going to be, and he's going to be so gleeful. He's just going to be like rubbing his hands together and
Yeah.
But at the same time, they got some chemistry.
They do. East Coaster says that Erica Sleazak is only on for 15 episodes. Here's the thing. Here's the great thing about that. It doesn't have to be 5, 10, 15. It's not just like, oh, here's 3 weeks of Erica. All right, 15 episodes could very well be 3 to 4 months of content. You sprinkle her in 2-3 days out of the da-da-da-da-da. And you know what, folks? You don't have to be on hard-time, full-time like Sidwell or a Cyrus or a Sonny or a Victor or any of these other villains, okay? Because Mikos Cassadine was there long enough to sneeze and try to freeze the world and it was gone and never seen again. Helena Cassadine originally showed up for 2 episodes or whatever. And was like, I put a curse on you. And then everything that happened after that was because of Helena, right? But she wasn't a huge, like, you can make a huge impact is what I'm saying, but not have to be there for an extended run.
So let's say she's going to be on 15 episodes, like you said. Okay, and 3 episodes a week. That's a 5-week arc.
Yeah. That's plenty of time. Plenty of time. And with the way that General Hospital paces things out and is able to interconnect stuff, you could push a lot of what it is that Erica Sleazak's character may or may not have been up to without her actually being in the scene. As they uncover her history, as they run a background check, as Chase gets involved because it's a Quartermaine thing, and who knows? Who knows what's going to be shaken out of the tree when it comes to this? And also, too, folks, here's the fun part. All right? Here's the real fun part. They got a gap in their cast budget right now.
Yeah.
They got a gap in their cast budget because they were once paying a Sophia Madsen, and they're not right now.
Well, yeah, that's a push and pull all the time,
Yeah.
They don't have they don't have her. They don't have Jonathan.
Right. Right. So so folks, I mean, that means that they could offer a contract to someone. Could this be a return for TJ with some plans? Could this be the way for Roger Howarth to return? Could we see Finn come back to General Hospital? Wouldn't that be fun?
It would be fun.
I think there's still room for Finn. Can you imagine Finn and Isiah being buddies? I think
Yes.
Finn and Isiah would work really well together.
I
Because
think
they've
so
done
too.
they both done the Doctors Without Borders thing and are
Yes.
specialists in their field and have all sorts of romantic issues. And Mama, what's gonna happen with Isiah in this cabin? Chat, what is gonna happen with Isiah in this cabin? Something is happening with this cabin. What is
Something
it?
is going to happen maybe when he's there trying to fix that junky old place that Lucky gave him. Maybe someone's going to be knocking on that door, and it'll be somebody like, I don't know. Wouldn't it be crazy if Nell's been hiding in the woods?
Like Nell like found the cabin and she just moved into it and she's been living in the basement of the cabin or something. What knocking on it just who are you? My name is Alcazar. Like what? Wouldn't that be nuts? Oh my gosh, Ted King back, Dylan. Hey, Dylan Quartermaine. There's room for Dylan Quartermaine. Let's get another Tracy kid in there.
Yep.
How old is Dylan
Yeah.
now? He's in the 30s group. He's Michael's age, right? Like in that Michael group.
No,
Is he older?
he and Lulu are the same age.
That's still kind of like your 30s. Like you're not your youngins, not your oldins, but
Right.
you're.
Yeah.
I guess what it should be is your main focus generation, right, for the show. You should be focused on not the ones that are just figuring it out, and not the ones that are so old that you're like, okay, come on. But like the ones that you're like, oh yeah, it's totally makes sense that a 38-year-old Alan Quartermaine just couldn't stop himself. Yeah, I think so.
Those Quartermaines. Just like
Nell-
Drew.
Oh, here we go. Some suggestions from Jenna and from Chandra Morgan.
I like it.
That might line up. Nell, Cyrus, Uncle Victor. Because here's the thing with Morgan. Here's why I think this works, Jenna. The friendship between Luke and Sonny, right? And this was originally Luke's cabin. Then it was
Yes.
Lucky's cabin, and now it's Isaiah's
Yes.
cabin. So it would totally make sense for Morgan to find maybe a little bit of possible peace and refuge in a property that's owned by one of Sonny's good friends.
Maybe.
Ooh, that would be really interesting, folks. That would be really, really, really interesting. Shauna says that I think Morgan will come back if they could pay him. Well, there's 2 salaries right now that are open.
Yeah. It's ruined the budget. I don't think they gave anybody a raise.
Oh, this is fun too. Shauna, thank you very much for your contributions this week to the podcast, because I like this one too, Ma. In regard to the Quartermaines losing their money. I like the idea of the young Q boys, Rocco, Danny, and Gio, figuring out that they have to make it on their own, and they have they're business minded, and in their areas of interest, and it goes from there.
Yeah.
I like that.
And Britt is going to have something to say to Rocco. She's going to say, Ben, come over here, baby.
I'm looking forward to that too. I really am, because oh goodness, there's so much to look forward to. Partially because I know it's going to be really great, and I also have no real idea what it is that's coming. I can see, like, of course I said, well, this is obvious and that's going to happen, and now that Britt's here, well, Brad's going to show up, and that's going to be a problem for Lucas, especially since he's got $1 million and invested it wisely, and now he has $8 million.
It's like, oh man, I'm going to find myself a new life.
Oh goodness. Oh, good. Hi, Aisha.
I thought that Lulu and Dante overreacts to Dr. O being there.
They're very concerned that Rocco
So
is.
naive as well. They're so naive. Because Rocco told them, I reached out to her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So they're very. He's right, everybody's right and everybody's wrong all at the same time. Because from Lante's point of view, from Dante and Lulu's point of view, there is no reason or room to forgive this woman. There is none. There is none. Totally justified. You could absolutely. I
genuine and real and funny and.
Huh?
Are you back?
I'm back. I have no idea if we're still broadcasting.
Oh, well, you'll
I mean,
hear
my
it.
timer is still ticking.
Well, chat. Can you still hear us and see us?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to pull up my phone here and see if we're still on the YouTubes.
Yeah, you froze, and then you.
Oh
just,
yeah, my internet totally died, and I just sat here and waited for it to come back and reconnect to things.
Okay.
So let me see here. Have you hit the like button yet? Ask Chandra. Well, thank you very much, Chandra, for staying on top of that. I'm trying to fill the time here. We can hear you. It's been wonky. You're back. Oh, good, Mom. We're back. I
Nice.
love this. I
Oh,
love
goody,
this. Hey, we are on. Wow. Hey, folks. I'm really happy that it didn't completely just, it's going to be really interesting, I think, for the audio. I'm going to have to make sure the audio uploads well. There was an interruption. I don't know what happened. My internet died for a minute. So, let's get on to this last topic and I guess be done. Just in case it happens again.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I wonder how many people left. I'm curious to know that. Anyway, okay, we were talking. Okay, so this is what I've experienced in my life, where a wall has gone up, and it's only happened like one time. I think to one person ever. I just had enough of just the nonsense that was happening, and splashing into things and all that sort of stuff. And his name starts with J and ends with Cub, and I'm just done. And so I that to finish off that I've experienced this in my life where you throw up a wall. That I've had that. I don't remember why I was talking about that,
I don't either.
but it's happened in my life, and it does happen to soap characters as well, I guess, is what I was saying, where walls go up and you're just done with them forever.
That does happen occasionally. Right now, it seems to be trendy, actually.
Yeah. Well, thanks for Josh. It was our fault, Josh, not yours. Don't worry about it. Everybody's machines are probably fine. It was mine.
Yep. His internet just tried to, it went to the bathroom for a minute.
Yeah. Josh having anybody else having audio issues, or is it just Josh? If it's just Josh, maybe you need to give yourself another refresherino. Let's see. We were talking about Rocco and stuff. I remember that. Talking about
I
Rocco.
actually tried to keep talking a little bit this time.
Oh yeah. Hey. Well, I mean, I'm the broadcaster, so I wonder how much they got. Oh, anyway, I'm so distracted. I apologize. I apologize for being so distracted.
Well, difficulties will do that to you.
Yep. Jax was richer than the Qs, I believe, says Melissa, and you're absolutely right. Josslyn Jax actually is the richest person on General Hospital. Well, potentially the richest person on General Hospital. When Jax dies, she will be the richest person because there are no other Jaxes
There aren't.
to take the sole fortune of Jasper Jax.
And I think even if Jerry Jax happens to still be alive, I think that he was disowned.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness gracious. Oh goodness.
Yeah, she is. She is. And I
richest.
love the character of Josslyn, and I can't. And one of the things I can't wait to find out is when Carly finds out that Brennan's been full of poo this entire time.
I mean, not totally full of poo, just half full of poo. So he's been telling the truth, but also is full at the same time.
Yes.
Because he's been.
I think he really does have genuine feelings for
Definitely.
Carly. I think he digs her that way. And I think, but one thing you never do to Miss Carly Weber. I wanted to call her Weber. Is you don't F with her kids ever.
No. And this, I mean, so it's effing, but also not at the same time. Did he utilize a weak point in Josslyn's life to recruit her? Yes. But was it her choice? Yes. Is it continuing to be her choice? Yes. Without any sort of major push from the WSB? Yes.
I think the number one thing that Carly is going to be so mad at him about is that he put her in harm's way with Cyrus and kind of forced her to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, he gave her the pathway to do that. That's for sure.
So
I don't.
what does
I
that
don't.
do?
I don't. I can understand why Carly would see that and react like that and say those things. I don't think the actual events that unfolded necessarily say that that part is the truth. He opened the door. He did not stop it. He gave her the means. He gave her the information, but he didn't necessarily put the gun in her hand and say, "You better shoot this man and get revenge for your boyfriend."
Of course not. But I think he thought Josslyn's got this kind of grit, this kind of potential. I think he kind of thought about what he thought her response was. I don't think but he put her in harm's way. But I think he just thought she was so savvy, and she was going to work it out, and she did.
And I think we're supposed to take Anna for her word on this. I think that they've made Anna successful and smart once more, and her read on the situation, the way that she put together the dots in the evidence and the sequence of events with Dante. We're supposed to take that as the truth of what Brennan's intentions were and why he made this selection and how it does support that he's two-faced. He's a compartmentalized man. He has a personal life and he has his WSB life. And in the case of the Spencer family, when it comes to Carly, just those two compartments just happen to be right next door to each other now.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And you know what interesting part of the conversation for me with Dante and Anna was Dante saying, would you have wanted someone to get you out of this when you were young? You know, would you have wanted to get out if you had had some kind of support system to get you out of the WSB? You know, and your life would have been different. Would you have wanted someone to intervene? And I would say yes.
Probably. But then I wouldn't have my Robin, would I? If it wasn't for Robert.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, I would have steered her life completely different. Completely different. But sure, some of the wonderful things about her life would be absent, but there'd be a whole lot of chaos and nightmare.
Yep. She would have missed a lot of it. She would have missed a lot of the nightmare. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She killed Cyrus in self-defense. He was coming at her with an axe, remember? Absolutely, I remember that.
Absolutely.
Jack did not put out the flames. He was in a position where he could have been like, okay, simmer down, lady. But instead he gave her the map.
He did.
So.
And he just hung outside.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Woody was going to bust through there if he really thought, like, but you know, but when he heard that gunshot, he didn't really know who got shot. Not really.
Well, no, but I guess it's to be assumed that he is so skilled in his observation and his technique and stuff that he was reading the situation and would have intervened in the last moment. And Josslyn was never in any true danger because Brennan was right there every step away the entire time. Even if we didn't see it as an audience, there was an agent always in the shadows watching Josslyn from afar every step of the way to ensure her safety.
Exactly.
It's likely that will come up in the conversation with Carly.
Right as I ever envisioned she would be, so I was right to pursue her. Mm-hmm. Another person that's going to be mad as hell at him is Jason.
Yeah. Well.
But he might have his eyes full of Britta by then.
The part I can't figure out is did he come to town to find a junior recruit, or that happened to be Joss, or did we just pursue Carly to get Joss? That was Dante's question, and Anna answered it as such. He lucked out. He did not see Josslyn initially or pursue Carly because of the potentiality with her collegiate daughter. No, it was the conversation on Christmas Eve that set him on the path of, well, maybe this person has the mental fortitude that could be the asset that I'm looking for. Lucky me, because Brennan has been exceptionally lucky his entire career.
And Brennan has been eyeing Joss even back at Kelly Bobby's.
yeah. Ever since that Christmas Eve, that began his recruitment. That's when he decided, oh, this is somebody. And then every subsequent conversation after that, leading up to the final test of, are you able to pull the trigger against Cyrus? Was him scoping it out and testing it out. And then finally, able to recruit her. And it's stuff I remember commenting at the time, the means that he went to recruit her. And on one hand, yes, you can see them as underhanded and nefarious, but then on the other hand, that's what the WSB is. They're underhanded and nefarious to stop crime before it happens in secret, and at least that's the intention of the WSB. So they're not going to be like, okay, fill out this application. All right, we're going to get back to you. Human Resources is going to go over your resume here, and we're going to sit down for a traditional interview where we talk about your 5-year plan.
5 years?
Exactly. That's just not how the WSB would do it. So on one hand, yes, it's cold and calculated and nefarious, but also at the same time, that's what they do. So is it really all that bad? That's up to you as a viewer.
Absolutely.
Daisy doesn't think that Cyrus is needed because the cast is too darn big. I mean, on that token, yes, but I think that they've done a better job of connecting everything together. You remember how? So last week we were talking to Tina.
I think this present writing team is the best we've had in a while.
I agree. I think they bring out the best in each other, honestly. And their mind for whatever it is that they want to do seems to be on track with what it is that the network wants to allow, and the influence that they have there, and whatever it might be. So that's great to see. That's great to see. Last week we were talking to Tina Huang, who plays
Melinda Trask
on Days of Our Lives. I can't remember anything when I'm talking to this darn microphone. She plays Melinda Trask on Days of Our Lives, and I was talking about how with a character like Melinda, she works so well because you can stick her in anything and to have her interact with any character, and it really works. And that's one of the big things that Days of Our Lives, I find, is very successful at, is that their cast of characters makes sense in any combination that you want to put them in. And it's justified to make sense in their story there. I think we're getting more of that with General Hospital now. It's less the silo of families and the rigid boundary. Because, like Sam and Dante, right? This new writing team would never have written Sam and Dante as a romance, I don't think, unless it was mandated by Frank Valentini or the network. Because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in the tapestry that is General Hospital. Like the family... It's too close when you share two siblings.
I tell you one thing that came through my mind when Willow was speaking to Scout, and Scout asked her, "Am I supposed to call you Mom?"
Yeah.
I thought to myself, "Baby girl, don't you ever call her Mom."
And to Willow's credit, what did she say? No.
Yeah.
No. And here's the thing, folks.
That was before she looked in the mirror and turned into the evil.
I understand that, but I also think that at the same time, this is, once again, the show continuing to honor the contributions of Sam McCall and the actress who played her. There's a lot of big Sam fans out there, a lot of Kelly Monaco fans out there that still have not forgiven the show over parting ways with the character. But her death still reverberates through story today. It still feeds the decision making of several characters that are on the canvas. She is mentioned lovingly on a regular basis.
He sure is.
And so, like, to me, that's just continuing.
Jason brings her up all the time.
Right. And to me, that's continuing to show that this series did not have some sort of epic Fallout confrontation in which they ripped the chances of Kelly Monaco from her hands that she was so desperately holding on to. And it was, it was more of a sad thing for the show, something that they necessarily didn't want to do, and something that since they did do, has been very, very important. And you want that. I would want that. If I was a fan of a character and they're done, I would want that. I would. Imagine all the Morgan fans out there still happy they're hearing the name.
Yeah, boy, they bring him up a lot.
Yeah.
They bring him up a lot.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy if Morgan came back and Ava started playing with him again?
Oh goodness, I don't know. Does Ava need 3 men? Yeah, she does.
I know, right?
Yeah, she does.
Well, I love Cody and his little 12-year-old butt there at the pool.
Daisy says, in my opinion, Cyrus served his purpose, and Martin allows for more storyline. And Daisy, you know what? You're not totally wrong with that. They would have to, do something new with Cyrus for Cyrus to continue to make sense on the show.
Yep.
You can't really come back and have the ponytail and wear a suit and push drugs anymore. Like, they would have to come up with a new avenue for Cyrus. Martin, on the other hand, ripe with stories. They could do anything that they want with Martin because he's just that kind of character, and Michael E. Knight is just that kind of actor.
Michael E. Knight, you better show your butt up next weekend. Oh my goodness.
I want Martin's beard back, says Jenna, and I do too. I want these things that differentiate him from Tad. I do. Mm-hmm. I like the beard, and I like the voice, and I like the little sister, and I liked that stuff.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. Was it weird when it first came on? Sure, but it really grew on me, and I just liked it. I just liked it.
I did too. Hello, Jillian. Or Gillian. Or Jillian. It's probably Jillian. I doubt it's Gillian. That would be spelled differently.
There is such a name.
Well, Jillian. Jillian says, I think Willow will get revenge on Drew. And I think you're right. It's just a matter of time. Let it unfold, Jillian.
I think that Willow has got herself a cauldron of ideas.
Just brewing, because she's a witch now. She's an evil witch. She's going to poison an apple. Jillian's first time with us. It's Jillian, spelled with a G. Welcome. Thank you for joining us in the chat. Thank you for letting your opinion fly. And yeah, Willow is totally. And just give it a couple of weeks.
We got a couple of new folks today. That's awesome.
Yes. Autumn, the number one chat contributor this week. It says so right there next to her name with a crown and a number one. I guess if you pay, you get to stay on top. Who do you think bombed Sonny's penthouse? And we still don't know who did it. I think that it was Jack Brennan of the WSB, because that's what Valentine said, and that's the last bit of information we've had. And even then, they were talking this week. They're like, hey, like that bomb was, I don't know if it was this week or last week, that bomb, was a little bit different than an assassin in my hotel room. It was a little bit different than a firebomb at Charlie's. So I think that there's still a separation. I do think that it was Jack. Why? I don't know. I really don't know why it was Jack. And I think, honestly, at this point, it's been so long that they might even change it.
Yeah, they could. I agree with you, Matt, except for the one scene where Sidwell's on the parapet
watching,
or looking out a window, and he watches Sonny's place blow up.
And then there's an explosion in the skyline, and I wonder, did I do that?
Now, Charles, hell yes, Sidwell did that.
Yeah, Charlie's 100%. Yeah, I mean, on the show, it's already, I paid the woman. And now the woman got pulled out of the harbor, by the way.
They sure did.
So who did that? Was it Selena, was it Sidwell, or was it Sonny? Oh my God, Selena, Sidwell, and Sonny. Come on, General Hospital, come up with another letter.
I wouldn't be surprised if Selena did that.
Oh, you're weak, and now you've driven me out of Port Charles.
Mm-hmm.
You will go down for this.
Betrayal. Betrayal gets you in the harbor every time.
I hope you enjoy that Sidwell money as it floats amongst your corpses in the harbor. People keep on bringing up this cabin. Oh my gosh, Jillian, I encourage you to rewind and watch this entire hour and 20 minutes back, because we hit on all those hot topics. And I invite you to come back next week at 11 a.m. Pacific time so you can catch this from the very beginning and join us all morning long for soaps. What's up, Mama?
Oh, baby, I'm with you on next Sunday.
You are with me next Sunday. Yeah. Well, just stay true to the channel. You can get some fun little live updates.
If you subscribe, you'll know exactly what's going on.
Totally. It's going to be super great, because next week Ma's going to be here because it's the GH fan club event. It gets started on Thursday, I think, and then it goes all the way through like a Sunday morning.
No, it goes later than Sunday morning.
Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, whatever. It's going to be a party.
I won't be getting on our last event on Sunday is our time with Brooklyn and Chase.
Yeah.
And that is from 2:30 to 4:30.
And then you're taking off after. And I remember, I'm like, Mama, you're going to be driving in the night. Are you going to be all right? And you're like, I'm a young, spry, young 60s. It's going to be great. You'd be hot rodding down up Highway 5, going back up to Central Valley.
Yes.
You know, with,
yes,
with the radio
yes.
playing and the windows down and your hair a blowing, listening to
Absolutely.
REO Speedwagon.
Well, I might be listening to like old episodes of the 10th floor because I kind of enjoy it
You
sometimes.
can
I
get
think
those
we're
on all your
funny.
favorite podcasting platforms, can't ya? Can't ya? Willow's gonna go to Drew to attack. Melissa says that Willow's gonna tie Drew to a bed like Liesel did to Peter. I can't wait for it. Willow might end up marrying Drew, says Jillian, to try to help her with the kids, but she'll secretly be plotting her revenge against him. And Jillian, that's exactly what we spoke about earlier. I'm glad
Well,
that you
there's
think
so
like
many things
us.
that could happen that she might do, but sure enough, marrying him might be one of them. But you're going to see something behind her eyes that, oh boy, she's
You're gonna look in her eyes, right? And she's gonna have her people eyeballs, right? She's gonna have her people eyeballs with her people eyelids, right? And you know what those look like, you know those how those blink, right? But before her people eyes blink, you're gonna see her lizard eyes blink first. And that's cool.
going to
And
raise
that's
an
cool.
eyebrow and squeeze an eye.
It's that time of day. We got to get out of here. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to rest in enough time to talk about Days of Our Lives and Beyond the Gates, especially since we missed last week. There's so much to talk. The Martin secret is out. The trial has begun. Whoa!
We have a lot of things to talk about next hour for sure.
We sure do.
Because
So-
we were busy with Tina last week having a
Yeah.
great time.
So this is my suggestion to you, folks. Go grab a fresh cup of coffee. Go grab yourself an everything bagel. Smear it on up. Sit down in front of your computer and watch last week's interview that we had with Tina. It's about an hour long. And by the time that's done, we're going to be right on back here to talk about Days of Our Lives and Beyond the Gates. So if you're a big soap fan, Soap Sundays continues here on 10th Floor Podcast. It's pretty much what we do.
Pretty
So, if you are brand new, subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications on so you can be notified when we go live, especially next weekend, because you never know when we're going to hit that live button. I intend to hit the live button several times all weekend, so try to
We're
do
going
that.
to try.
Try to do that. Try to do that. Just subscribe. Thank you very much, Leonard, for your subscription.
Yay!
Like the...
I looked last night, Matt. We're like within
getting there.
teams now.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I had Tori subscribe
this is
last
it.
night.
Well, thank you very much, Tori. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the push. Maybe this is the weekend, and it could be you. So hit that
Push us
subscribe
over
button. Push
1,000.
us over 1,000 and change our lives. All right, folks. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't liked the video. If you had a good time and you want some more. Get back onto that elevator, folks. Go back down to the first floor. Get into the parking garage. Duck and dive away from the shouting match between Sidwell and Sonny. And look, there's Isiah getting in a Jeep full of supplies. Huh. Good luck, Dr. Isiah. Hope you don't find any strangers in the basement. Get into your cars and tune your radios to the previous